Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Let us make you a more successful sports bettor.
Got any volume? Volume. There we go. Volume. Welcome, everybody. Cap Nation Live. Sunday morning. Sunday recovery morning. Glad to have everybody here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We already got a frozen screen. We just... Bad thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to have a frozen screen when you first get started. So good morning, everybody. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Thanks to the one douchebag that hit the thumbs down button. We do appreciate you and your mama for having you. Always greatly appreciated. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Mr. Beeman, Anthony, Fast Freddy in the house, Katie O, Terry Bass, Christopher Bear, Neverez in the house, Ryan, Titus, Prantia, Malls, Big Dan McCarthy. Absolutely getting robbed on that Max Fight pick last night. Justice in the house. Big John in the house. Jerry Valdez, good morning, sir. Alex, good morning. Chido in the house. Glad to see everybody tuning in with us. It's always a great time to go live, especially on a Sunday morning. And have your friends tuning in with you. Just sending out a tweet with the live link to the live show. Fast Freddy, I knew you'd like that one. Clarence, what's going on? Good morning. Henry, good morning. Alex, good morning. Is there hate? Did I miss comments? Is there hate this morning? I know we had hate. I mean, there's a little bit of hate over Diego Sanchez and his Greg Engel in the house. Good morning. And his antics to get out of a fight. But other than that, costing us a lot of money. A lot of money. Total domination yesterday in the UFC. I think every write-up was spot on. Every write-up was spot on, even the one we lost. Patrick O'Brien. Yep, we had a big goose egg yesterday on Premium Plays. Horrible goose egg on Premium Plays, but let me tell you, before you hate us, we've had 2 losing days out of the last 9 Premium Play days. We've only had 2 premium play days in the last 9 days. So, I tend to think that premium plays are going to be okay. But last time I checked, that was Saturday, not Sunday, so it shouldn't be affecting your Sunday morning. But again, you can't win every single day. It does suck to lose the Duke total by a couple points. It does suck to lose the Texas State, Arkansas State total by a couple points as well. But Patrick O'Brien, I'm looking at your account online, and I've never seen you purchased before. So I'm kind of wondering, if you've never purchased, how you'd have all the premium plays. That's the big question of the day. I'm looking at your account online right now. So, there's the big question. How are you hurting, and how is it such a shitty Sunday morning for you? But anyways, personal plays 3-1 yesterday. Guaranteed Saturday went off without a hitch yesterday. Congratulations to everybody betting Guaranteed Saturday. Our biggest play of the week, besides the game of the year, obviously. That was a nice winner. That was a nice winner. Justice. Start until 2 p.m. Eastern time. Neverest, Kansas, definitely making some great money this week for us. Check your cell, Justice, because I texted you the plays. It started with welcome back on board. Chido says Sanchez lost much respect in the fight world. I do agree. I do agree. Jerry asking, leans on the Nova game. Leans on the Nova game. You know, we're going to break down that game. I don't have Villanova. However, them on the road today against a Temple team that can have a tendency to be scary, especially with what they've done to a couple other programs. How they hung in there with SMU in a super high-scoring game, beat them 97-90 at their own game. But, and as well as their big win over Wichita State. But I do like, we'll break down that game, but I do like Nova. I do like Nova. Give me 1 second, folks. Hold on 1 second. One second, folks. One second. Just got to confirm. And then we'll be good to go. Second, folks. All right, I'm back. You have a new phone number? Okay, hold on. Let me find it for you. Let me find your account. Give me 1 second. Ah, there we go. Here's your, I got it. I just sent it to you. 3 personal plays. All college hoops. Fast Freddy, someone please call Kyle. Tell him to come out from the barbershop and show his ugly mug. I am here, Fast Freddy. Just fast forward. You might be delayed. We are here. We are live. All right, let's read through some of these comments this morning before we get started, then we'll do a full recap of everything we did. I'm still wondering how this Patrick O'Brien had such a bad day yesterday, since I'm looking at his account, and it doesn't show any active account. There's the big mystery right there. There's the big mystery. But anyways, let's take a look at some of these comments. Neverez, thanks for jumping on board. We are running a promotion today before we start looking at the comments, that if any purchase over $99, premium play, personal play, or NHL, and you will get Sunday's big guaranteed NCAA play free. Neverez, it is now in your account. That big Sunday play is now in your account. Darren Lyons, do I mess with NASCAR at all? No. I definitely don't. But my buddy Chase over at chasewins.com definitely does. The guy is absolutely insane when it comes to NASCAR. So if you want winning NASCAR, go check out my buddy Chase over at chasewins.com. Anthony tuning in this morning. Good morning, Mr. Terry Bass, Christopher Bayer, Big Ryan in the house. Fast Freddy asking, what happened with the max fight pick? I did not see this one. Why was there a disqualification of the max fight pick fighter? Michel Piera. Yes, he did throw an illegal knee. Fast and Furious. Diego Sanchez's rear touched the mat when a knee came out, and he did clip him in the head. He did cut him. The ref did stop the fight. However, the ref did not initially wave it off as a DQ. Michel Piera was absolutely dominating the fight. It was like if you had that little brother who was 2.5 feet shorter and 90 pounds less than you, and you were just picking on him in the ring. Just absolutely dominated him for over 2.5 rounds. Diego Sanchez couldn't do nothing other than walk around like a peacock in the beginning of the fight and foaming from the mouth in the Diego Sanchez way. That's all he had. Absolutely got his ass kicked in the ring. Flying knees, Superman punches. Hats off to Michel Piera. Other than the illegal knee, he saved the antics. There was no cartwheels. There was no crazy. There was a backflip in the third round. He had to do that, Other than that, he saved his energy. He did what he was supposed to do. Unfortunately, the illegal knee. The doctor said Diego Sanchez is fine. The cut is fine. He is good to fight. The doctor turned around and laughed about the cut being so minimal that him being able to fight. The ref said, take all the time that you need. If you can't fight, then you can't fight. Diego Sanchez asked, if I can't fight, does he get disqualified? Well, we'll have to see. We'll leave it up to the commission, is what the ref said. If he gets DQ'd, do I get my win bonus? Yeah. Diego Sanchez, the veteran that he is, he took a veteran move. I get it. Veteran move. If he takes he says he can't fight, he takes the DQ win, his paycheck doubles from $100K to $200K. I'm not a UFC fighter, so I'd probably take the easy win. However, he's supposed to be this big, bad beast, tough guy who'll die in the ring. He knew he was getting his ass beat, so he took the veteran move. At worst, it was going to be a no contest. Best case scenario, he gets a DQ win, gets his hand raised, and he makes double the money. That's what happened. They ruled it a I think it probably should have been ruled a no contest. The doctor came in, said his cut is fine. He kept saying, I can't see. But then he told the ref, the blood is dripping. When the blood's dripping down, it goes in my eye and I can't see. So which one is it? Is the blood dripping down in your eye, which the doctor stopped? Or can you not see? Which one is it? But either way, we got shafted on that one. Bad. I mean, if that's not the bad beat of the year for all of us, and it's sad that it's only February 16th that it happened. It was just killer. I had a lot of money on it. I know Big Dan McCarthy had a ton of money on it. FC had a ton of money on it. He was heartbroken. UFC absolutely lights out, dominated last night. And then the max fight pick. And then the max. So that was the max fight pick yesterday. Unfortunately, we lost that by way of DQ. And if that ain't bad luck, then I don't know what is. Alrighty, taking a look at some other comments. Big Dan McCarthy thought I was cashing a huge 9K ticket. Still sick to my stomach. I'm right there with you, brother. Right there with you. Big John says, guaranteed Saturday was good, but premium plays sucked again. Yep, they had another bad day yesterday. 2 bad days out of the last 9, and believe it or not, out of the last 30 days of premium play bettings, that was the 7th outright losing day out of the last 30 days. So you know what? Yeah, I'll take 23 winning days and 7 losing days, but yesterday sucked. It's going to happen. It's called sports betting. It's not called sports winning. It's called sports betting for a reason. So you're going to take losses with the wins, and, it happens. And if you can't stomach a loss or you can't manage a bankroll, to the ding-dong that wants to send the hate mail, you want to go slander my name and say how horrible we are to all your friends and family, well, that's fine. But don't ask for an extension when we try and help you out. You want to be a douchebag? That's on you. But anyways, we love to help out our clients because we understand losing does happen. Okay? Nobody's human. That's why it's called sports betting and not sports winning. Just like when you go fishing, it's called fishing and not I'm going to go catching. All right? Shit happens. You lose games. The Duke total went over by a basket. The Texas-Arkansas State game went under by a couple baskets. And hell, I think Arkansas State put up 13 first half points. Shit happens. You lose some games. You'll win a hell of a lot more than you lose when you deal with us when it's all said and done. Clarence Davis says, let's get it, fellas. Absolutely. Jerry Valdez busted. He says, love it, love it, love it. Terry Bass, always one hater in the crowd. I tend to think there's at least 2 usually. Just is asking, what time do my personal plays start today? Personal plays start for me at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I've got 3 of them. And you know what? They're probably all going to win today. Just catching up to some of the comments. Let's take a look at the rest of them. Fast Freddy, someone please call Kyle to come out from the barbershop and show his lucky mug. Well, I thought it was ugly mug. I thought it was ugly mug. Yeah, Justice, I thought I heard him say he said he can't see out of his left eye at first when he told the doctor that. And the doctor turned around and laughed. And then when he told the ref, he says, when the blood drips down into my eye, I can't see. I get the blood dripping down into your eye, you can't see. Kathy and Gary Savage tuning in, thank you. Kathy Savage says, morning, Kyle, both of us are here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I guess Patrick O'Brien's still going to tune in, but not tell us, how did you have a losing premium play day yesterday when you don't have an account with us? There's the question of the morning. Weisey Mike, what's going on? Darren Lyons. And again, about NASCAR. You got to check out my buddy Chase. Prantia says it would have just been a 1-point deduction if Sanchez continued to fight there. Agreed. I agree with you, Justice, about Sanchez as well. Bo King, that DQ was rough. Whew, yes, it was. Ray Kimbling says gambling. Damn straight. That's why it's called sports betting, sports gambling, not sports winning. Chido says it's called bankroll management. Dot, 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 dot. I agree. Alex says, where's bragging Robert at? His picks went 0-5. LOL. Michael says, ha ha ha. Alex, I love it. Michael, oh man, I'm still laughing. JL says, man, you've been right on with your college basketball games. Much appreciate the breakdowns. Thank you, JL. Speaking of the breakdowns yesterday, let's take a look at what we did yesterday in the live show. In the live show yesterday, we gave you eight leans on the live show yesterday. We went 5-3, including a plus 240 money line dog outright winner. Syracuse plus the 9.5 winner. The over 146.5 winner. Penn State laying the 13 winner. We did drop Purdue, and we did drop the over 129 in Purdue as a lean. And then we did drop Seton Hall. However, the big one, the double whammy, Maryland plus the 7. And if you remember, I said they are a live dog, so plus 240 on the money line as well. When I bet it, because I actually bet Maryland, but I didn't take the points, I took the money line, I got them at plus 250. Nice win there. Live show. Off the hook. With a nice show yesterday. So without further ado, the full recap, including the losing premium play day. Because unlike some, when we lose, I'll still show my face. Because at the end of the day, I know when it's all said and done, I'll still have more money in my pocket than when I started with. I almost read you today's plays. Yesterday, daily free play. Houston moneyline minus 120. That was a tough one. They ended up losing, I think, by 1 point in OT after tying the game with 2 seconds left. Sucked to drop that free play. During the live show, gave you guys Virginia, North Carolina over 115. That was spot on in the 120s. That was a nice win there. Arkansas State, Texas State yesterday. Over 136.5. This is what's frustrating. When you take a look at this game, and first instantly you look and you're like, oh, loser. Well, that sucks. You see that they scored 133 points. We were 3.5 points away from another premium play winner. Arkansas State put up 13, yes, 13 first half points. 20 minutes of play. They put up 13 first half points. How that is even possible, I don't even know. 13 first half points. And then they put up 51. After being down 31-13, they outscored them 51-38 in the second half. Arkansas State, Texas State, any other day of the week, should have went over. Jose says, horrible, horrible day. The ghost account won't be able to survive from plays he never got. I know, right? The ghost account won't be able to survive from the plays he never got. The funny thing is that account has there is an account on our website. And they sure be getting the free UFC fight pick. I wonder why. But anyways. So, dropped that free play on Arkansas State, Texas State, which was a premium play. Dayton laying 13.5, looking like they're getting ready to pull away and let Massachusetts back in the game. Kentucky laying 9.5, battling Ole Miss the entire game. They can't do nothing to stop Ole Miss to save their lives on defense. End up winning the game by 5 late. Couldn't do anything during the game to stop Ole Miss. Duke under 152. We lost it by a basket. They ended up at 154. Sometimes losing games by a bucket or two. We lost 3 games yesterday by a combined, I think it was 4 buckets. Taking a look yesterday, guaranteed Saturday, because we're going to continue the recap. Now that we got the bad out of the way, we'll talk about the good. Guaranteed Saturday, Kansas laying 10.5 yesterday. Everybody's scared in the first half, in the beginning of the first half. Then they're up by 9, I think it was, at the half, only to be up by 19 at one point, and then back up by 11, then 19 again, and then just blowing them out. Nice, easy win. Zero stress on that one. Another big monster guaranteed play. Congratulations, everybody there. Congratulations to everybody there. Personal plays yesterday. 3-1. 3-1 on my personal plays yesterday. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Let's start out with the only one that didn't win. Auburn laying 5, who got smoked by Missouri. Auburn stopping us from a clean sweep of 4-0. Bo King, Kansas has definitely been getting us the money, that is for sure. Justice, I'm wondering the same thing too. I'm wondering the same thing too. I'm wondering the same thing too. But you know what? I don't wonder too hard. I don't wonder too hard. All right, back to the recap of my personal play. So after Auburn, before that we had Baylor laying 5.5, smashing West Virginia. If the beatdown Kansas put on them the other day for the game of the year wasn't enough, we'll take it on a personal play on Saturday. Alex, I wasn't putting it in your face. I was just asking if you liked the score better. I wasn't putting it in your face. You know I love you. And then, my USC Trojans. Laying 6.5 against Washington State. Smashed them. Terry Bass says Bill Self is notorious for getting Kansas ready for March Madness. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He is one of the coaching coaches. He is one of the coaching coaches. Him, Mike Krzyzewski, Tom Izzo. They are coaching coaches that prepare for when it matters the most. John Caprioli, same thing. Coaching coaches that will prepare them from when it matters the most in the big dance. So after USC, we weren't done there. Arizona Wildcats laying the 4 against Stanford. Another winner. 3-1 on personal plays yesterday. Nice little run going as well. Thomas, definitely rare to have back-to-back losing days, but it happens. You know, it definitely happens. It definitely happens. You know, so you just manage bankroll properly. Keep your head down. Keep on trucking. Like I said, out of the last 9 days, premium plays have had 2 losing days. Out of the last 30 days, premium plays have had 7 losing days. I went farther back just to double check, but I think out of the last 37 or 38 premium play days, we've had 8 losing days. Thomas, it's always a good thing to be on both. They could definitely help each other out, that's for sure. Alrighty. So don't forget our big Sunday college basketball guaranteed game is later today. You don't want to miss that one. That's going to be a nice monster win for everybody. That should definitely be a nice big win. Randy G's asking, can we break down the Iowa and Minnesota game? Yes, sir, we can. As a matter of fact, let me get this computer up and running over here. We will start the game day breakdowns and the leans and all of that good stuff. Let's get all of this up and running, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll for everybody. All right, ready to rock and roll here in just a second. And we will start off with that one first, Iowa and Minnesota. This is a 1 p.m. Eastern time game. Give me 1 second, folks. Just get everything up and running. Mr. Brackens, thank you, sir, for jumping on board our big Sunday guaranteed play. You're absolutely going to love it. Nevrez, again, thanks for jumping on board a week of the NHL package. Speaking of the NHL, guys, you can pick up a week, 7 full days of our NHL for $100, and then you get the big Sunday guaranteed play. Alex, you have to be signed up by 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's one of the games after 3 p.m. Eastern time. Northern Iowa game of the week. Bo King, I didn't have Northern Iowa. Northern Kentucky for my personal play game of the week. But yeah, we always recommend never to go all in. Never hear me tell anybody that one. Fast Freddy, thanks for jumping on board that college basketball guaranteed winner today. Same thing, Mr. Warden, Mr. Bill Holt, Mr. Peters. Aaron, thanks for jumping on board the big Sunday play as well. Kish, as always, jumping on board it. Mr. O'Connor, Trent jumping on board it. Everybody jumping on board it this morning, I see. And remember, any purchase over $99, alrighty, so let's get these game day breakdowns. Bo King guaranteed Sunday. You like that? You know, we haven't had one in a while. Since I think it was the Clippers game. It's been a little while. It's been a couple weeks. Back by popular demand. If the game wasn't as big as it is, we wouldn't have one. That's for sure. So if you guys want one monster win that you guys can smash this morning, This is it. This is definitely it. Takea Jefferson, good morning. Alrighty, so gonna get these game day breakdowns started. First one we're gonna do Iowa at Minnesota. Iowa at Minnesota. The Hawkeyes 17-8 on the year. Brian Watson says, hey, Kyle, Penguins minus 525, biggest money line ever in hockey. They are. Take a look at that. The Detroit Red Wings, plus 380 on the money line. Plus 1.5 is plus 145. You know what that means. It may be worth a little wager just on the Red Wings. I mean, after all, they have won 14 times this year. They have won 14 times this year, and they just played on the 17th of January, and it was a 2-1 final. So it may be worth... I mean, let's be honest. Jimmy Howard is not a bad goalie. However, 221-2 this year... Definitely with a 3.98 goals against average is not very good. It's horrible. But he's definitely better than a 221-2 record. That's for sure. But remember, it's not all about the goalie. Big John says, hit the thumbs up, Caprization 75 watching, only 30 thumbs up. Yes, guys and gals, we do appreciate it when you do give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know when you, or not let us know when, let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the free content 7 days a week, live shows 7 days a week, as well as going to be increasing to multiple times per year in the very near future. Something you won't want to miss out on either. So definitely hit that thumbs up button. And again, if you haven't already done so, if you are new to our YouTube channel, first of all, welcome. We go live 7 days a week, 365 days a year, free content. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button right down below. Take 1 second out of your day. Hit that subscribe button right down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get notified each and every single time we drop a free play video or a live show. You will be notified. All right? Hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell next to it, and when you're done with that, give us a big thumbs up. We do go live 7 days a week. We will be live tomorrow. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, our normal Monday morning time slot. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So don't miss out on another great episode. So hit that subscribe button. Now, on to the game day breakdown. Coming right up, we are going to fly through some of these breakdowns. All right, we're going to try and hit as many of these as possible for us. Obviously, I may not be able to do all of them because we have big Sunday guaranteed play. We got some other plays as well. Seneca Rogers in the house. What's going on? Balling Pros, what's going on? Who dat? Bob joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's take a look at the opening numbers and where this line is now. Line opened up for game 8-17, 8-18. Iowa, Minnesota. Minnesota opened up as a 4.5-point favorite. That number is now up to 5. Total opened up at 151. Total is down to 150.5 at the 5 Dimes. Westgate, 151 at DraftKings. 150, which seems to be the low at both the stations properties and the D Casino. Jumping in. Joseph, thank you, sir, for jumping on board 3 days of premium plays. They may have had a couple bad days. However, they're going to have a nice big monster win today. You get today's guaranteed NCAA basketball game free. It's in your account now. Remember, guys, if you guys are going to be using a cell phone or tablet to turn it sideways when you're using our site on a mobile device and scroll up, you will see a small little box with 4 windows in it. Click that box. It takes you to your members dashboard area. Then scroll down and you can cycle back from premium plays to the big Sunday play. Taking a look at the Hawkeyes, guys, 17-8. 8-6 in the Big Ten Conference play, coming off a loss to Indiana, losing by 12, 89-77. Before that, they had a win over Nebraska. They have lost 3 out of their last 5 games, losing to Maryland, Purdue, and Indiana. Home wins in between against the Fighting Illini and Nebraska. They have lost their last 3 straight road games. They've lost 4 out of their last 5 road games, with their only road victory being a 7-point victory over Northwestern. When the Hawkeyes play at Carver Hawkeye Arena, guys, they get a huge home court advantage. 4.0 score. It's the 20th toughest place to play. They play in the 28th largest arena that holds over 15,000 fans. However, as of late, when they travel, Iowa is usually a fairly decent road team. This year, not so much. All right, they've got a couple neutral site wins over Texas Tech and Cincinnati. They got a neutral site loss over undefeated San Diego State, who just clinched the Mountain West Division. All right, number 1 going in there into their conference tournament with over a month to go. They've got a big road win against Syracuse, a big road win against in-state Iowa State, and a road win against Northwestern. As of late, they've been struggling on the road. This is an Iowa Hawkeyes team who definitely I emphasize caution with on the road, especially playing there in Minnesota, guys, against the Golden Gophers, Williams Arena, the elevated court, bench down below. It's definitely an interesting place to play. Minnesota, guys, and the Golden Gophers, 12-11 on the year, 6-7 in conference play. They have lost 3 out of their last 4 games as well, losing to Michigan State, Illinois, and Penn State, with a home win over Wisconsin and an away win over Ohio State. You take a look at their record. First of all, can they play at home? They get a home court ranking of 3.6. Makes it the 72nd toughest place to play, the Williams Arena. On the larger side, 35th largest, 14,625 screaming fans. You got to take a look. Can they win at home? They lost to Michigan State by 18 at home. They do have home wins against Wisconsin, Michigan, and Penn State. They also beat up Northwestern at home, FIU, Ohio State, Clemson, North Dakota, and Central Michigan, and they opened up the year with a home win over Cleveland State. They have lost at home. They lost by 5 to DePaul at home. They also lost to Michigan State. This is a team that defends their home court exceptionally well. Richard Pitino, he's a great coach. He's got a good program. Their record, however, their record doesn't speak very highly of them. However, they had a 3-game stretch in the beginning of the season where they donked off 3 straight. Oklahoma, Butler, and Utah, 3 quality opponents, 3 straight losses. All right, 3 out of their last 4 games they also lost as well. Matt Zolo, which game do you recommend putting $500 on today? Any gimme games? I'd recommend our guaranteed NCAA college basketball game that you can get for just $50. Guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. You want to put $500 on a game, that's what I'd recommend. So, this is a Minnesota team that definitely scares me. They definitely scare me. They've got some big wins at home, beating Penn State, Michigan, Wisconsin. They defend their home court exceptionally well. Losing to Michigan State by 18 shows you something, okay? Definitely shows you something as well. Taking a look at Iowa before we even jump into the numbers and how they play on the road. They've already beat Minnesota this year. They beat them way back in December. What was it? December 6th. Yes, December 6th. No, December 9th, excuse me. They beat them by 20. This is a team they already beat by 20 at home. Is it going to be that big of a difference from home to away? It's going to be a big difference. All right, but let's take a look at the numbers. Let's take a look at the numbers. Iowa comes in with the 4th best offense based on adjusted efficiencies and the 110th best defense. Or it could be the 253rd worst defense, depending on how you're looking at it. Taking a look, Minnesota, they come in with the 26th best offense. Some great numbers. However, they definitely struggle with shots being blocked, which so does Iowa, but they struggle from out deep. Okay, they come in with the 60th best defense in all of Division I as well, Minnesota that is. Let's take a look at these numbers. One of these teams' numbers have pretty much stayed the same, if not increased a little bit during conference play, while the other team, aka Minnesota, their numbers have dropped in conference play. Taking a look at Iowa, first of all, in conference play, they have the number 1 offense in the Big Ten. The number 1 shooting free throw team in the Big Ten. The number 2 at converting 2-point plays as well. And a very respectable 34% from out deep. We'll get to that. Iowa hitting 52% from the field, converting 32.7% of all the rebounds, offensive rebounds. 35% conversion from out deep, converting 51.5% of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. Converting 75% of their free throws. In conference play, they are number 1 in the Big Ten from the charity stripe at the lucky 777. 77.7% from the charity stripe in conference play. Taking a look at Minnesota. They hit 48.6% from the field. This is down to 45.7% in conference play. Hitting 32.1% from out deep. However, they're hitting a very dismal 28.5% from 3-point range during conference play. They convert 31.2% of all their rebounds, offensive rebounds. 49% conversion of all their 2-point plays. That's down a 1.5% during conference play. They're a 72% free throw shooting team. 2 foul participation. Major advantage for Iowa as Minnesota finds themselves in the 2 foul participation for 52% of the time. 12.6 for Iowa. Height advantage, no real height advantage. As far as this one goes, lean, I do like Iowa. I like Iowa. Now, I don't have a play on this one. There's definitely some fishy stuff with this one. Full-on 100% reverse line movement. 65% of the money, public and sharp money, is all on the Hawkeyes. Yet that line went from 4.5, actually from 4 to 4.5, now to 5. Now there is some money line money coming in on Minnesota. There is more money line money coming in on Minnesota. 75% of the money on the money line is on Minnesota. Just a quarter of it on Iowa. However, 65% of all the money on against the spread is on Iowa plus the 5. So, if I was a betting man, which I am, I would definitely be putting it on Iowa. As of right now, I don't have any money on it. However, I probably will. Not as big as my personal plays or our premium plays today, but I definitely like them. The thing that I don't like about them is how they play even shitty teams on the road. They struggle. Even against shitty teams, they struggle on the road. They've played down to their competition on the road. That's the one aspect that I don't like. Aaron, you need to go to extra games, added games. It's game number 307-837, 307-838. Matt, it opened up at 149. When we put it out, it was at 149. No problem, Aaron. Give me 1 second, folks. Thank you, Mr. Bass, for jumping on board 3 days of my plays for $99. I just texted you my personal plays. You also got Sunday's big guaranteed game for free for signing up. Give me 1 second, folks. Thomas McDonald, are plays out yet? Yes. Premium plays are posted. Personal plays are posted. Or personal plays are texted out. But yes, everything is out. Taking a look at the comments. So again, first lean of the day, Iowa plus the 5. The only thing that scares me. And guys, the only reason this didn't make the card is because they're on the road and they've struggled on the road. That's the only reason. You put this on a neutral site game, I'd lay Iowa laying 5 on a neutral site game. You take them at home, even if you made it, it would probably be Iowa laying, or I would probably be the exact opposite, Iowa laying 9 at home. It'd be the exact opposite plus a handful of points. But Iowa on the road, that's what scares me. That's what scares me. But again, I do like it. I do like it enough to want to put some money on it, and I probably will. It's just not as strong as a premium play or personal play for the fact that they're playing on the road today. I know somebody else agreed with me and said Iowa as well. Bo King says Iowa plus 5. I like it. Again, thank you. Hey, Ron, thanks for jumping on board the big Sunday play as well. Mr. Munoz, thanks for jumping on board it as well. Joseph, thanks for jumping on board the premium plays. Alrighty. So, next game day breakdown coming up, because I would like to get through a bunch of these, at least in the next... I know we've been live for a little while already. We've been live for a little over an hour shooting the shit before we did the breakdowns, which is fine by me, which is always fine by me. Next one we're going to do. And by the way, I'm going to get you guys... Hold on 1 second. Okay. Matt, I don't recommend a percentage. Everybody's bankroll is completely different. I don't just say take a certain percentage. Everybody's bankroll is completely different. Everybody's life situation is completely different. My life situation is different than yours, so I may bet a bigger percentage on my plays than you might. Same thing with anybody else. Bet what you're comfortable at and bet within your means, and you should be able to figure out what you should be able to put on your bankroll. MLB dropping some plays in there for you guys. And I am going to get a big hockey play for you guys. But give me 1 second, folks. I got to plug in the, I got an iMac 27 over here, an iMac Pro 27 over here. However, I need to plug in my iPad because it's going to die. Hold on 1 second, folks. Let me check on that, Terry. Hold on 1 second, Terry. All right, we're going to get another game day breakdown going. Give me 1 second, guys. I just got to plug this lightning cable into the back. Hold on. All right. Now we'll be good to go. Now we'll be good to go. Gonna have a nice big NHL play for you guys here in a little bit, as well as one of the premium plays or personal plays free as well. So there's always gonna be at least 2 monster free plays in here. And guys, this is a big hockey play that I absolutely love. All right, this is a big hockey play that I absolutely love. And going to give that to you guys as well. No, it's not the Detroit Red Wings at plus 400. Although that is very, very, very attractive. Very attractive. Aaron says he likes San Diego State and the over in that game. Well, we probably will break that one down. We do have a premium play on that game. But first, we're going to get to some other games. Let's take a look at Indiana and one of our favorites to break down, the Michigan Wolverines, a team that's notorious for not playing 40 minutes. Again, the question of the day, how did Patrick O'Brien lose on our premium plays if he doesn't have an account? Give me 1 second, folks. Brian says an upset every day in sports. That would definitely be the story. It'd be like Stephen F. Austin. And you know, Big John. Big John. And you know, what I'm going to do is, because I like betting on 5 dimes, I'm going to do an open parlay. I'm going to do an open parlay. Just a little one. All right? Just a little one. I'm going to do an open parlay with the only team selected is the Detroit Red Wings at plus 380. I'm going to add 2 open teams to the roster. Okay? So, for instance, if you were to take 2 more minus 110s, I mean, I'm probably pissing off $100, but a $100 wager wins back $16.50 plus your money back. So just for fun, and I like pissing away money at times, actually I'm going to make it interesting. I'm going to make it a 4-teamer for $100 with 3 open teams, starting with the Detroit Red Wings at plus 380. There you go. There you have it. And just to show that I did do it, I mean, it's probably going to lose. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, let's be honest. The likelihood of this one winning is like slim to none. All right, the fact that even if the Red Wings somehow survived and won the game, I still somehow need to add in 3 other teams. Can I throw in an XFL game for giggles? That sure would be a hell of a hell of a parlay by throwing in that one, huh? All right, so there you have it. There you have it. That'll be Thomas McDonald having trouble accessing guaranteed Saturday. Well, Saturday was yesterday. Today is today, Sunday. I'm just teasing you, Thomas. Let me take a look at your account, sir. If you're having trouble accessing guaranteed Saturday, it's still in your account, so it should still show. However, you don't have access to the Sunday play. If you want the Sunday play, you'll have to sign up for that one. Princess Chachi, good luck, everyone. I got to take my little one to skating practice. My 4-teamer today, Cincinnati laying 10, Minnesota on the money line, Michigan money line, and Villanova -6. All right, so let's get to the next game day breakdown. Indiana and Michigan, guys. Taking a look at the numbers on this game. If you're looking for the game number, it's 8-19, 8-20. Michigan opening up as a 7.5-point favorite. That line is now up to 8 everywhere. 138 was the opening total. I see anywhere from 138.5 all the way up to 139.5 at Caesars. 139 5 dimes, 139 at the Westgate. DraftKings, believe it or not, still reporting 138, a low number there. Alrighty, so moving into this game. First of all, the Hoosiers. Archie Miller's program, guys, they're 16-8 on the year, 6-7. Again, Big Ten Conference matchup. They have lost 4 out of the last 5 games. They did bounce back with a 12-point victory over Iowa, beating them 89-77. Okay, but before that, they had 4 straight losses. Purdue, Ohio State, Penn State, and Maryland, going from most recent to backwards. All right, they have lost both of their last 2 road games. They lost to Penn State and Ohio State on the road. They did have a road victory over Nebraska. They lost to Rutgers on the road and Maryland on the road. They have lost 4 out of their last 5 road games. Actually, 5 out of the last 6 road games. Matter of fact, they've only won one road game, one true road game all year long. They've got 2 neutral site victories over UConn and Notre Dame as well. Taking a look at the Michigan Wolverines, guys, Juwan Howard and his program. They've won 4 out of their last 5 against Nebraska, Rutgers, Michigan State, and Northwestern. Only loss was a 3-point home loss to Ohio State. That was after losing 4 straight and 5 out of 6 games back from January 5th to the 25th. They had an absolute dumpster fire fest up there in Michigan, guys. And it didn't matter if they were on the road or at home. They were getting their ass beat. All right, they lost by 9 to Penn State at home. They lost by 2 to the Fighting Illini, who got the best of them at home. And they also lost to Ohio State most recently on the 4th of February, almost 2 weeks ago, guys. They lost by 3 points at home. This is a team that gets a very quality home court advantage score of 3.5. It makes it the 96th toughest place to play. It's not one of the top. However, it's definitely a tough place to play. You put in all that yellow in there, and it's definitely going to be a loud arena. Holds 12,707 fans. And the Chrysler Center, guys, there's definitely an advantage, 1.5, 2-point advantage for the Wolverines here, just for the fact that they're playing at home. It opened up as a 7.5-point favorite. If this was a neutral site game, the line probably would have opened up Michigan laying 5.5 or possibly even 6, depending on where the book saw it at. taking a look at both programs side by side. First of all, Indiana's offense, they can definitely put up some numbers and they can definitely keep pace with some teams. Okay, there's some areas and aspects, including free throw shooting and out deep, that they've been struggling at, where they're below the Division I average. Okay, they're an excellent offensive rebounding team where Michigan actually struggles. Okay, Indiana hitting 50.1% from the field. They convert 32.6% of all their three-point plays, converting 50.7% of all those two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. However, 68.8% from the charity stripe is not a good number. That number dropped in conference play. Their three-point shooting stayed the same. However, their two-point plays dropped over 4% in conference play. They are a 34% offensive rebounding team, the number 25 offensive rebounding team in all of Division I, the second best in the Big Ten, converting 33% in conference play in this category. However, in conference play and all year long, Indiana has been plagued by turnovers. They turn over a high 19.7% in conference play. Michigan, in conference play, has the lowest turnover percentage at 14.1% in the Big Ten Conference. Michigan hitting 53% from the field. They lack offensive rebounds. Just 25.9% offensive rebounding capability for a Michigan team that is not on the small side. However, they're going to get dominated on size here. They're definitely going to get dominated on size, and we'll talk about that here in a few minutes as well. Corey, thanks for jumping on board my personal plays. I'm going to text them to you now, as well as get you back on our big Sunday play as well online. All right, just texted you my personal plays as well, Corey. But back to Michigan, guys. They shoot exceptionally well from out deep. 34.8% of all three-point plays. However, in conference play, that number is just a tad bit under 31%. That's dropped. Luckily for them, Indiana is horrible at defending the three, allowing teams to shoot almost 35%. They're converting 53.3% of all their two-point plays. They're number one in the Big Ten Conference in this stat at 51.5%. Converting 72.2% from the charity stripe in conference play. Turnovers, like I said, that low 14.4%. They protect the ball when it's in their possession. Two foul participation, not much of an advantage. Michigan playing 5.7% of the time, Indiana 13.7%. Indiana, as I was saying, does have the height advantage, almost a full inch height advantage on average per player. Experience level, roughly the same. Both go to the bench for about 30% of their total minutes. Indiana relies on that three ball for 24% of their total points compared to 31% of Michigan. Indiana relies on 22% of their total points to come from the charity stripe, yet they're hitting 68% from the free throw line. This one, guys, the only thing, as always, that scares me with Michigan is that they don't play a full 40 minutes. All right? They don't play a full 40 minutes. You've got a winning program in Indiana. They're 16-8 on the year. However, they're a losing program in conference play. They're one game under 500 in conference play. Archie Miller's definitely going to want to get his team back on track. However, taking a look at what they have not done on the road, they have lost all but one game on the road. Unfortunately for them, most of their schedule was all at home. I think they opened up the first 8 games at home before they went on the road and they lost. Okay? They've got one away win against a weak Nebraska team, a team they beat by 8 on the road. Here, I like Michigan. However, the 8 scares me. The 8 scares me with Michigan. However, they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. But all but one was close. They beat Northwestern on the road. They smashed them by 25. They beat Michigan State, which was a tough game. They beat them by 9 at home. They pulled away. They beat them by 9. They beat Rutgers on a neutral site game by 6. And they beat Nebraska by 11 on the road. 4 out of their last 5 games have been close. Or excuse me, 3 out of their last 4 wins have been close. You could even go back farther than that. Their last win, their win against Purdue, double overtime, beat them by 6. Close game. So that's the only thing that scares me about Michigan and laying the 8. MLB, just when you think it's safe to bet on Michigan first half because they take off the second half, they kick you in the nuts and they reverse it. And they come out slow the first half, they turn it up the second half. So Michigan, as far as being a better first half or second half team, it just depends which first 20 that they want to play. Now, we've seen them play the last 10 minutes of the first half and the first 10 minutes of the second half, and then take off the last 10 minutes. Michigan is too hard to track when it comes to first half, second half. And as far as the game goes, I lean towards Michigan, and that's all that it is. I don't like putting any money on them. I think we have a very desperate Indiana Hoosiers team. They've lost 4 out of 5 games. They've proven that they cannot win on the road. When they play at home, they've got an excellent home court advantage at Assembly Hall. But when they've traveled on the road, much like Iowa, they've been lackluster. Not even lackluster, they've absolutely sucked. Iowa's lackluster on the road. Indiana's absolutely horrible this year. So as far as this one goes, I do lean towards Michigan laying the 8. They are definitely the better team. As far as Archie Miller, Juwan Howard coaching matchup, I think it's probably neck and neck. However, this one I do lean towards Michigan. I don't have $1 on it, and I promise you I won't have $1 on it. If I was going to do anything, I'd probably put Michigan in a teaser. That way they could win by 1 or 2, and it's probably the safer bet. Yes, Corey, thank you. I texted you my personal plays, and I already gave you the Sunday play. The Sunday play is already in your account, buddy. All you got to do is log in. Remember, if you're using a phone or a tablet any mobile device on our website, you need to turn it sideways. And then scroll down, and you'll be good to go. But Corey, it's in your account, buddy. I just double-checked for you right now. So again, I know you get our UFC and all of that good stuff as well. So thank you for being or you got our UFC yesterday, the free pick, the premium plays, and now my personal play. So now you got the best of both worlds. Oliver, thanks for jumping on board the big Sunday play. And again, Corey, thanks for pointing that out. Anybody who purchases a package today over $99, premium play, personal play, or NHL, anything over $99, so 3 days of premiums or my personals for $99, you will get my game, or not my game, but our Sunday college basketball absolutely free, guaranteed to win, or you'll get the next one absolutely free. And again, if you want it for free, I know the screen's frozen, so I fixed that, but anybody that wants it for free, just make a purchase, and you've got it. No better time to get on board my personal plays than right now, or premium plays, with a monster bounce back coming. So again, lean on Michigan, although I definitely not in love with it for the fact that Michigan has screwed us by not playing a full 40 minutes. Now, if Michigan plays a full 40 minutes, like they should, we should have no issues. All right, next game that we're going to break down. Villanova at Temple. 1 p.m. Eastern Time. 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Alrighty. This one coming up, let me hit the refresh button on the live odds. Speaking of live odds, if you want to have access to real-time live odds for multiple books, just head to our website, cappersdirect.com. Click on that odds tab. Scroll down to if you want the NBA, NCAA, NHL, whichever ones you want. Click on it, guys. You get live, and it's not delayed. This is not delayed. These are live, real-time odds right on our website, provided to you guys absolutely free. There's a direct link to it as well. Alrighty, so next game day breakdown coming your way right now. Kathy and Gary, thank you for always liking and retweeting everything on Twitter as well. It's always much appreciated. Give me 1 second, folks. One quick second. There we go. Alex says, I got to leave to tailgate at the XFL LA Wildcats game in a few minutes. I hope you have fun, be responsible, drink responsible. But remember, don't miss out on that big Sunday play, Alex. You will love it today. If you liked Guaranteed Saturday yesterday, I think you're going to like today's even more. I think you'll like today's even more. Alrighty, next breakdown coming your way. Just popping up the live odds. Big Mr. Maving, thanks for jumping on board the Sunday play. This is game number 821, 822. Villanova at Temple, guys, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Villanova opening up as a 6.5-point favorite. That line now is moving to 7. Caesars has it at 7. Bovada at 7. Total opened up at 140. It's hovering around 140. The Stations Properties has it at 139.5. 140 just about everywhere. The Westgate just bumped it to 140.5 as well. Taking a look at both of these programs, guys. First of all, let's take a look at the favorite, the road team, who's laying 6.5 to 7 right now. Villanova, guys, the Wildcats. They have lost 3 out of 4 games, losing to Creighton, Butler, and Seton Hall. 2 of those were at home. They did bounce back with a home win over Marquette. And you know what? They've got 3 straight road games coming up. Temple, Xavier, and DePaul mixed in the middle in there. All right? Here they are, guys, against Temple. They've lost 3 out of their last 4. Before that, they had a nice 7-game win streak going on. Taking a look at what they've done this year, they started out fantastic. They started out 17-3, 7-1 in conference play. They're now 8-4 in conference play after that little 3-game losing streak. Here they are. They haven't played Temple in quite some time. And looking for a monster win on the road. First of all, Villanova, when they play at home, they're generally lights out. However, they lost 2 out of their last 3 home games. Taking a look at what they've done on the road this year. Because they don't have many losses. 6 losses, 2 at home, 1 neutral site, which means 3 road losses. They lost to Butler on the road, 79-76. They lost to Marquette, 71-60. And in the beginning of the season, they got murdered by Ohio State by 25, 76-50. State by 25, 76, 51. Other than that, they've played exceptional on the road. They beat St. John's by 20. They beat Providence by a very few 4. They beat Creighton by 5. They beat St. Joseph's by 22 in a smash fest. But one thing Villanova has not done exceptionally well, and that's cover spreads on the road. Taking a look at the Temple Owls, guys. Aaron McKee, his program, the AAC conference, they're 5-7. They were 3-7 before their last 2 games. They beat SMU by 7 in OT, a 97-90 overtime final, super high scoring game. And they just beat Tulane on the road by 4, 72-68. Other than that, they've lost 5 out of their last games. Losing to SMU, Cincinnati, Penn, UConn, Memphis. But taking a look at what they've done on their own home court. They lost to Cincinnati by 7. They lost to Tulane by 14. They lost to Houston by a small 4. They lost to Missouri by 10. When you compare both programs side by side, Villanova's offense is light years ahead over Temple. Temple's got the fast pace, 15.9 seconds per possession. Villanova, a tad slower, 18.2 seconds on average per possession. Villanova coming in with the 13th best offense based on adjusted efficiencies, and the 65th defense. Temple coming in with the 43rd best, the 208th best offense based on adjusted efficiencies in our system, and the 39th best defense. Temple can play defense. Can Temple keep up on offense? One thing that we see, numbers always are a lot lower for the faster paced teams. The faster you are, the more mistakes you have. The more mistakes you have, the lower your percentages. Raider for life, what's going on? So we're going to take that into consideration when we take a look at Temple's very rough numbers. Villanova hitting 51.7% from the field. A very lackluster 26.6% offensive rebounding. Luckily for them, Temple's in the 26th percentile as well. Villanova converting 35% from out deep. 51% of all their 2-point plays. However, in conference play, that number is to 47.4. Free throw shooting. They are an excellent free throw shooting team. The 16th best in all of Division I, the second best there in the AAC. Sorry, the Big East, excuse me. Temple's out of the AAC. They are number 2 in their conference, but this is not a conference game. Temple, 46.9% from the field. 32.9% from out deep. Converting 45.6% of all their 2-point plays. When they were in conference play, that number was even lower. 68% free throw shooting team. Horrible. Horrible numbers. 18.2% on the turnover department. A very low, 12th lowest at 15.4 for Villanova, who protects the ball exceptionally well. 2 foul participation, both participate 22 and 23%. Not on the high side, but something to pay attention to. Height advantage, not almost, it is a full 1.5 inch height advantage on average for every player coming from the Villanova program. Bench minutes, Villanova goes to the bench for roughly 20% compared to the 30% for Temple. Villanova is going to ride that 3 ball. If they are ice cold, watch out. They may not cover the spread. If they can knock them down at the 35th percentile that they're used to, 1 out of 3 basically, they should be good to go. Villanova with Jay Wright against Aaron McKee and the Temple Owls. Coaching matchup alone, major advantage Villanova. You got to remember, Jay Wright's getting this program ready for the big dance. He's one of the coaching coaches that never stops. As far as this game goes, I think Temple is out of their league. Villanova can play on the road. The problem is their 3 ball. They live and die by the 3 ball. If they're not going in, they're not covering. This is why it's only a lean. Villanova laying the 6.5 is what I like. But again, it's not one of the games that I have my money on. It's not one of the personal plays. It's not a premium play today. Alrighty. So, we're going to keep these game day breakdowns rolling. Going to try and speed them up a little. Refresh those odds. Get everything rolling again. Stat Guap, a.k.a. Nervous Guap 5150. Thanks for jumping on board the big Sunday guaranteed play. Brother, you're going to love it. It's going to be a great one. And we're going to make some money together today. If you're watching, You know I gotta bust your balls with the Nervous Squap 5150 call out. Raider for life. Good morning, Kyle. Happy Sunday from, is that South Arizona? Is that like the Mexican border? Stack Guap in the house. Thank you, brother, for jumping on board. You know I love working with you and breaking bread and making money with you. So it's gonna be a good day. It's actually gonna be a good day for everybody all the way around. Now, before we do this next game day breakdown, I've had a lot of people ask me, what's your lean on the NBA All-Star Game? What's your lean on the NBA All-Star Game? What do you like? Are you betting it? Are you betting any of the props? First of all, I don't touch All-Star games. I just don't. And I recommend that you probably shouldn't either. How somebody can come up with a line saying Team LeBron is laying 6, is a 6-point favorite with a total of 304.5 points. Yeah, I'll pass. I'll pass today, tomorrow, and the next day too. Now, if you want to give me your money to bet on it, what I'll do is I'll put some money on it, take half of it, kick you in the nuts, and give it back to you, and we'll put the other half on it. Donate it to charity. However, other than that, you won't see me bet an All-Star game. NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. The Pro Bowl, the Senior Bowl. I don't know how many people ask me about the Senior Bowl. Not going to happen. All right, so next lean. Next game day breakdown. And again, if you're new to our YouTube channel, first of all, welcome. If you're old to our YouTube channel, welcome. However, if you are new, take 1 second out of your day. This will be a very beneficial 1 second. Take 1 second out of your day. Hit that subscribe button right down below. Hit that subscribe button. Then when you're done with that, tap that little bell right next to it. Tap that little bell right next to it. Then when you're done with that, over 112 watching, do us a huge favor. Give us a big thumbs up in the video. If you're on your mobile device or a tablet, you'll have to X out of the live chat. You'll have to X out of the live chat to see the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Help us get our video trending on YouTube. The bigger we build this, the more I will do for you guys absolutely free. Okay? Speaking of do for you guys, going to be giving you guys at least 2 official free plays in this video. I have an NHL free play I'm going to give you guys that I absolutely love. And then I'm also going to be giving you guys one of our premium and personal plays as well. Michael says, anyone need a bookie for the All-Star game? I'll take your money and won't even kick you in the nuts. No kidding, huh? Dan says, walking into the casino, 5 dimes going on guaranteed Sunday. Very nice. Billy DeCap 88, what's going on? So again, if you're new to our channel, welcome. We are probably the most friendliest live chat there is. We encourage you guys to post up what you guys like. Matter of fact, post up, everybody. Post up what you guys are liking on the games today. Even if it is the All-Star game. Post up in the comment section what you guys are liking. Maybe what you're not liking. Let's get the live chat a little more user-friendly and active. Almost 120 of you here already. And you guys are too quiet today. You're too quiet today. So let's get the ball rolling. While I pop up the next game day breakdown, we're going to do the Memphis and UConn game. 3 p.m. Eastern time there at the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. That'll be the next game day breakdown. If you notice, we're doing some of the big marquee matchups of the day. After that, we'll probably take a look at the NC State and Boston College game. Andre says, Cap Nation, Kyle, the best by a mile. Buy a package, cash and smile. Been doing it for a while. Thank you, Andre. Yes, you have definitely been with us for a while. Always glad to have you with us. Always glad to have you with us. Give me 1 second. Remember, if you have multiple packages, if you had guaranteed Saturday and premium plays, or if you have the Sunday play and premium plays, and you can't access, or you can't find it because you can only see one, you have to turn your phone sideways or your mobile device sideways, tablet, then scroll down, look for your username, and then click that small little box that's got 4 windows in it. That will allow you to go to your members dashboard area where you can cycle back and forth from package to package. All right, that's like the secret money-making button right there. Yeah, Thomas, I just emailed you instructions and I just sent it over to the live show. Turn your phone or your tablet sideways if you're using it. If you're not, then skip turning it sideways. You don't need to turn your computer sideways. And then scroll down, look for your username. Then click on the small little box that's got 4 windows in it. From there, scroll down. From there, scroll down. And you'll be able to cycle back and forth from package to package. Who dat Bob like an Oregon getting the party started? KDO says Northern Kentucky minus the 9. Everybody afraid to say what they like in the show. Bowling Pro saying Indiana State. Come on, folks. Don't be scared. Post up in the comment section what you're liking. Don't worry. If you lose, we won't make fun of you. We won't poke fun at you here. We've already given out some great leans on Iowa plus the 5, Michigan laying the 8, and Villanova laying the 6.5. Getting ready to break down the Memphis and UConn game. For everybody looking for that game number, it's game 839 and 840. Prantia says the late night chaser, Oregon as well. Oregon is definitely an attractive game against Utah. The fact that it's 12.5 kind of scares me. On that game, we'll see if we can try and break that one down if we have time as well. That one kind of scares me, but you guys know I do like Oregon, and we've made some great money betting Oregon so far this year. I mean, we have made an absolute killing betting Oregon this year. That's a fact. That is a definite fact. Give me 1 second, folks. Get this next game day breakdown up and running. Alrighty. Greg likes Siena under 133. Brad Stewart says Villanova and East Carolina against the spread. Michael says, unless you are Robert, brag a lot, then go 0-5. Oliver says Boise plus the 5.5. That one would scare me. The fact that you're going up against San Diego State. 2011 UNO2 NHL Dallas and Ottawa Senators under 5.5. Big John likes Maris plus the 8. Here we go, folks, getting you guys commenting. Now, this is always a fun one. Before we get this next game day breakdown, we've got 122 people in here. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already done so, give us a big thumbs up in the video. Raymond Daniel likes NC State laying the 4. Aaron says, right, I go San Diego State all the way. I agree. But now, let's do something fun. We do this every now and then. A lot of times you guys don't realize that you've got a neighbor right next to you. Obviously, don't post your address. But post up, where are you from? Who dat Bob there in New Orleans? Let's post up in the comment section where you guys are from. Henry says he really likes Iowa plus the 5. I'm leaning right there with you. Prantia hanging out in Jersey. This is always a fun one. See, there you go. You got another fellow New Jersey. And Eddie Sports Money, Andre up in Michigan, Oliver Houston, Peter Houston. Bo King West by God, Virginia. Another Michigan up in with Dustin. Another Connecticut with Black Acid Blood. Mark Blevins up in Sandusky, Ohio. Home of Lake Erie. And that world-class smallmouth bass fishing. Raymond Bracken's another Michigan. Alan Mitchell, another Michigan. Alejandro Chosen, Toronto, Canada, baby. Another Canadian. We love our Canadian friends. Justice says the same place where that shitty Sanchez is from, Albuquerque. Brian says Hooters Girls Training Center in Wasaga Beach, Canada. Jose up in the Bronx. Michael down in SoCal, but from Michigan, go green. Ronald says he's leaning to Denver plus 9 versus Nebraska of Omaha, maybe money line. Thoughts? If we have time, we'll try and break down that game. Greg from Canton, Ohio, living in Glendale, Arizona. Greg, I will actually be down your way this week. I'll be down your way this week for most of the week. Dustin says go white exceptionally yesterday. Go plus 240 in Maryland. Aaron says, what do Canadians and canoes have in common? They're both... That's mean, Aaron. That's mean. Randy, Spamtown, USA. Another New Jersey with Matt, Clifton, New Jersey. Jeff says, good morning, Kyle and Cap Nation. Ronald up in Chicago, up in the Windy City. Home of my mother's family. Celis up in Columbus, Mississippi. Greg, it's going to be in the mid-70s. Fantastic. I'll bring my shorts. Time to get those chicken legs a little color. Don't forget our big Sunday guaranteed play, $50 guaranteed to win, or you'll get the next one free. However, we ain't losing it. Monster college basketball game today, guys. You have to be signed up by 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's between 3 and the end of the night. That's what I'll tell you. But if you want that game free, it's $50. However, if you want it free, make any purchase of premium plays, personal plays, or NHL package today for $99 or more. So purchase anything on those packages, and we'll give it to you absolutely free on the house. Get instant access to it. It's already posted on the website. So, isn't that fun posting where everybody's from? I think it is. I think it is. It's always fun to see where everybody's from. Thank you, Caesar, for jumping on board the Big Sunday Guaranteed Play. David, thanks for jumping on board 3 days of personal plays. I am just now activating the Sunday play as well. It's in your account. It's in your account as well. I know you just renewed early for premium plays, so we'll make sure that you don't lose any credit or anything like that. You'll get full credit for all your premium plays. Dwayne up in Boston, Terry in Georgia. All right, next game day breakdown, we're going to do Memphis and UConn. Feel free to, guys, keep blowing up the chat with where you're from or what games you're liking. Love to see the user interaction in the chat. Memphis and UConn, guys, game 8:39 and 8:40. Taking a look at this contest, UConn opening up as a 4-point favorite. They're up a half a point to 4.5. However, Bovada still holding strong at 4. Total opened up at 136. It's down to 135.5 at 5 dimes. The Westgate, however, DraftKings up to 136.5. Same as MGM. Slim 513 says, I'm from Cincy. I'm staying away from that one. Take a look at it, Memphis, guys. The Tigers 17-7 on the year. They've lost 2 straight to South Florida and Cincinnati. They lost by 6 in OT to Cincinnati, losing 92-86. Penny Hardaway and his program, guys. First of all, when they play at home, when they play at the FedEx Forum, 4.2 home court advantage, 7th toughest place to play in all of Division I, and they've actually lost at home. They've lost 3 games at home. It's one of the toughest places to play in all of Division I. They lost to, Georgia, SMU, and South Florida at home, defending their home court. Now, they're not at home today. They're on the road. So knowing that Memphis, who's 17-7, they've got 7 losses. They're 6-5 in conference play. 3 of their losses all came at home. 2 of those in conference play. American Athletic Conference, okay? Taking a look at what have they done on the road. They just lost to Cincinnati 92-86 on the road. They had a road win against UCF, beating them by 2. They lost to Tulsa 80-40. They got lost. Yeah, they did get lost. They never showed up in that game. They lost to Tulsa by 40 points. That's not a typo. 40 points. They had a win over South Florida. A loss against Wichita State by 9. This is a Memphis team that has struggled on the road. Now, they had 2 nice back-to-back road wins against UAB and Tennessee back in December. Since then, pretty much trash on the road. I mean, they do have 2 road wins, South Florida and UCF. Taking a look at UConn, 13-11, 4-7 for Dan Hurley's program in conference play. They've won 2 out of their last 3. They beat Tulsa and Cincinnati in OT, and they just lost by 4 to SMU. Now, they were 9-3 before they started conference play, and they have had a tough conference year. They lost to Cincinnati. They lost to South Florida. They beat Tulane. Then they lost 4 straight to Wichita State. However, the game against Villanova was not a conference game. They lost to Houston. They lost to Tulsa in OT. Then they beat Temple. Then they lost to Memphis, 70-63 on the road. Memphis has already beat them. They beat up Tulsa again by 16. They beat Cincinnati in OT. Then they just lost to SMU. Dan Hurley and his Huskies playing at home. 4.1 home court advantage. Much like the home court advantage that Memphis has at the FedEx Forum, the Gamble Pavilion holds 10,167 ridiculously screaming Huskies fans. It makes it the 16th toughest place to play in all of Division I. They have an exceptional home court advantage. Now, they have lost at home. With the exception of their first loss at home, their second game of the season, when they lost to St. Joseph's 96-87. Their only other 2 losses at home have either been in overtime or double overtime. They have not lost a regulation game at home. Okay? They lost an OT to Tulsa, 79-75. They also lost in double overtime to Wichita State, 89-86. UConn comes to play when it's their home court. They have always defended their home court exceptionally well. The fact that they're laying 4.5, matter of fact, it just dropped to 4 at BetDSI. BetDSI and Bovada just bumped it back down to 4. Okay? Taking a look at both programs. When you compare them side by side, both of their offenses are lackluster in certain areas. Memphis hitting 51.6% from the field. They're an okay offensive rebounding program, 30.7%. Well above the Division I average. UConn, 33.7%, the 28th best offensive rebounding team in all of Division I. Memphis converts 34% from out deep, 51.6% of all their jump shots, layups, and dunks. However, they struggle from the charity stripe, 67.6% from the free throw line. UConn, a very poor 47.5% from the field. 33.4% from out deep, converting just 46% of all their jump shots, layups, and dunks. Free throw shooting, 72% conversion rate. Taking a look at numbers in conference play. Connecticut's free throw shooting went up to 73%. Three-point shooting went down to 31.6%. And all those two-point plays went under 44%. Two-foul participation. UConn participates 24.4% of the time. Right on the edge, the cusp of where we start to be concerned. Memphis, 5.2% of the time. As far as this game goes, height advantage. There's about almost a full inch height advantage on average for UConn. Experience level, UConn. Both go to the bench for over 35% of their total minutes. Both rely on free throws for over 20% of their total points. Memphis has already bested them once this year. As far as this game goes, Greg, what's going on, sir? As far as this game goes, a lean on this game, and this is just a lean. I like Connecticut, but I lean towards Memphis plus the points. Now, I know Memphis on the road has been lackluster. They just took a very tough Cincinnati team to overtime. They ended up losing by 6 in OT. Before that, they had a road win by 2 in a very tough battle against Central Florida. Yes, they got smashed by Tulsa. They had a very tough win against South Florida on the road. So a very close game. A very close game on the road. Memphis has played well. So as far as this one goes, I do lean towards Memphis plus the 4.5. I think they keep it close. I don't necessarily think they get the win. I think they're going to be close. I think this game is decided by a bucket. So for that, I would dog at plus 170. Going to call it right now. I don't think Dan Hurley has a coaching advantage. They're 4-7 in conference play. They have lost at home, but they've all been close losses. 2 out of their 3 home court losses were in OT or double OT. So that's why I think this one's decided by a bucket. So there's that one. And again, this one is not on the card. I think this is too close of a game. Next one up. Let's take a look. NC State, Boston College. Terry Bass says dog of the day, Boston College plus 170. Jonathan, what's going on, guys? But first, I'm gonna grab something out of the little break room real quick. Grab a little OJ. We got 130 people here. Hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take 1 second out of your day. Hit that subscription button. Tap that little bell right next to it. That way you get notified each and every single time we drop a video. Doesn't matter if it's live, pre-recorded. We go live 7 days a week. Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Saturday and Sundays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. In a week and a half, we're going to be starting our 2-time-a-day live schedule. If you guys are not aware, in about a week and a half, towards the end of this month, we'll be going live 2 times a day, or normal 9 a.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 Pacific. And then we'll also be going live later in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. We'll do it again on the weekends as well. Okay, 2-time-a-day live shows coming up 7 days a week in the very near future. So you better hit that subscribe button and smash that thumbs up. Don't go anywhere. I need 30 seconds. I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. 30 seconds away. All right? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And then we're going to continue breaking down games and putting you on some money. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. You may not be able to see me, but we are back. I bet you guys like this one, huh? We'll just talk like this and show you the we'll be back screen. Uh-oh, we're back. Albert, thank you for jumping on board our big Sunday guaranteed NCAA basketball play. You got to be signed up by 3 p.m. Eastern, folks, if you want to be cool like everybody else. Norman, thanks for jumping on board 3 days of premium plays while I was gone. I just activated your account. You got the Sunday play as well. Mr. Torres, thanks for jumping on board. Terry, thanks for jumping on board. Mr. Hunt, thanks for jumping on board. Mr. Gaines, thanks for jumping on board our big Sunday play as well. You all are going to love it, especially smashing the book later on today. So, with that being said, we've already broken down a handful of games. All right, we've already broken down a handful of games. I think it's time I give you guys a free play. But I'm going to give you a disclaimer. After I give you this free play, you may not want to go anywhere because I'm going to have even more free plays for you. Yes, I'm giving away more than one free play in the live show, as well as all these quality leans that went 5-3 plus a 240, plus 240 dog yesterday. So, free play coming everybody's way. Okay, free play coming everybody's way. Don't go anywhere. Let me post it up into the comments section as well as on the screen. I just want to double check the odds, okay? Just want to double check the odds for everybody. Make sure nothing has changed. This should definitely be a good one. Hold on one second, folks. All right, so double checking the odds. Everything is absolutely perfect. Let me get this on the screen. And remember, full disclaimer, don't go anywhere after this free play because we've got more free plays coming, okay? More free plays coming. In 1 second here. All right, here it is on the screen. Free NHL play right out of our NHL package, and I absolutely love this one. Columbus and New Jersey. Under 1.5 goals in the first period. The odds on this one are -115. Under 1.5 goals. Okay, folks? Columbus first period unders are on an 18-2 run. Columbus first period unders are on an 18-2 run. Give me 1 second. So this is something that I've been betting that hasn't been given out. I don't usually give out hockey, and it hasn't been part of our package. Alrighty. So I actually just posted that in the YouTube community page as well. Train joining from Kansas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. So there, post it in the comment section, posted it in the YouTube community page, as well as I'm going to post it on Twitter as well. There, folks, it's on Twitter as well. Alrighty, so time for some more breakdowns. And then more free plays. Again, everybody that pounded Guaranteed Saturday yesterday, the game of the year earlier in the week, congratulations. If you haven't already jumped on board our big Sunday guaranteed play in college basketball, which my hands are in so much, you'll want to jump on board it. It's $50 guaranteed to win. Or you get the next one absolutely free. And let me tell you, as a makeup game, that added insurance, then you won't need it because it's going to be a flat-out winner. Jan, what's going on? Says, looking for some help with my college basketball picks, then you're in the right place. Already broken down a handful of games. Going to continue breaking down games well into the start of the first game on Cincinnati. And again, if anybody wants that big guaranteed Sunday NCAA basketball game for free, all you have to do is make any purchase over $99 on premium plays, personal plays, or the NHL package today, and you'll get it absolutely free. You'll get it in your account absolutely free just for signing up. So basically, you can buy 3 days of my personal plays for $99 and get that big Sunday guaranteed play for free. It's a pretty cool deal. Alrighty, so next game day breakdown. You refresh the odds here. We're going to do the NC State Boston College game next. This one is coming up for everybody. If you guys are looking for the game number on this one, if you're looking for the game number, go down to the bottom. It's game 855, 856. And again, if you want access to 100% real-time live odds, not delayed, not scrapped from some XML feed advertised as live and 15 to 30 minutes delayed, you want real live odds service and you want it free, just go to our website, cappersdirect.com. Click on that odds tab. I just posted a link in it as well. Bringing you guys live odds absolutely free. Who dat Bob jumping on 3 days of premium plays. Getting the Sunday play free. Thank you, brother, for jumping on board. Kathy, what's your PayPal info to send? I can definitely take PayPal. What I'll do is I'll message you on Twitter, the company's PayPal. We don't do a lot on PayPal, but I can definitely take a PayPal payment. That is not a problem. So if it's okay with you, I will send it to Gary on Twitter. I was hoping they were going to put a PayPal link on the website, but they're going to keep it just credit card, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express. But yeah, I just sent it. Just send me a message back once you send and all of that good stuff. Alrighty, so now let's keep this fun party going. Let's keep this fun party going. Because I'm having fun. Hopefully you guys are as well. Taking a look at this game, NC State opening up as a 4.5-point favorite. Boston College catching 4.5 at home. Total opened up at 142. It is down to 141 at the Westgate, 141 at 5 Dimes, 140.5 at a lot of places. MGM, the D, and Caesars all at 140.5. Let's take a look at the road favorite guys in NC State, 16-8 for the Wolfpack, not to be confused with our Nevada Wolfpack up in Reno. They are 7-6 in the ACC conference play, coming off 2 straight victories over Miami, beating them 83-72, as well as Syracuse beating them 79-74. Before that, they had 3 straight losses, 2 at home, 1 on the road. The road loss to Georgia Tech, losing 64-58. They lost to North Carolina by 10 at home, as well as Louisville losing by 20 at home. Guys, first of all, NC State, when they play at home, they get a decent home court advantage, score 3.5 at the PNC Arena. All right, but how do they play on the road? First of all, they've won their last 2 road games. They've won 3 out of their last 4 road games as well, beating Syracuse and Miami. I don't care who you are, beating Syracuse on the road is always a tough task. Okay? Syracuse on the road is always a tough task playing in the Carrier Dome. I don't care what team you are, it's always a tough task. Jim Boeheim and his program always come to play at home. They also beat the Hurricanes at home. They did lose to Georgia Tech. Before that, they had a monster 2-point victory against Virginia, upsetting Virginia at home. They had a loss to Virginia Tech, a loss to Clemson and Auburn on the road. They beat Wake Forest and UNC Greensboro on the road as well. So this is an NC State team that is capable of winning on the road. Boston College, 12-13, 6-8 in conference play there in the ACC. Jim Christian and his program, they've been a dumpster fire to start, going 4-5 in their first 9. Here they are, 12-3, with a 4-game losing streak back in January to Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Wake Forest, and Pittsburgh. And since then, they've won one, lost one, won one, lost one, won one, and lost their most recent game to Miami, losing 85-58 on the road, where NC State won. They've lost 3 out of their last 5 games. Their only wins were big wins over Virginia Tech and North Carolina. They also lost to Louisville, Duke, and Miami. The ACC is a tough conference to play, probably the toughest. Here they are, guys. They get NC State today. And I think they're going to have their hands full. Now, there's some people out there that think Boston College is a live dog to win at home today. You have to take a look at their home court advantage. 3.0 at the Conti Forum. Holds 8,606 fans. Okay, Kathy, hold on one second. I'll get your account activated. Is the account on the website under you or Gary? I see it. It's under Gary. So give me 1 second. I'll get it activated for you as well. But taking a look at Boston College at home. They lost to Duke. They lost to Louisville. They did have a win over Virginia Tech, who they've beaten twice, home and away. They lost to Georgia Tech at home, and they beat Virginia. They beat Virginia by 7 on their home court. They've also beat Albany, Central Connecticut, 2 gimme games. They lost to Northwestern at home, DePaul, St. Louis, and Belmont. Okay? So any home court advantage that Boston College has, throw it out the window today. None, zip, zilch. I don't see any home court advantage. Give me 1 second. Let me get you access there, Kathy and Gary. Thank you, too, for jumping on board. You should have access now to the big Sunday play. It's in your account. Just double check. Thanks for jumping on board. All right, comparing both of these programs side by side. NC State's offense is light years ahead of Boston College when it comes to offense. When it comes to defense, they're pretty neck and neck, however, slight advantage for NC State. The Wolfpack hitting 50.7% from the field, 28.3% offensive rebounding capability for NC State, a very dismal 25% for Boston College. NC State hitting 32.5% from out deep, slightly below the Division I average. However, they convert 51.9% of all their two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, and they are a 70% free throw shooting team. Turnovers are a low 16.7, 43rd best at not turning the ball over in all of Division I, compared to the 19.6 turnover percentage of Boston College, who shoots 46.1% from the field, converting 29% from out deep, 47% of all their jump shots, layups, and dunks, and a 65.5% free throw shooting team. Conference play, Boston College is 62.2% free throw shooting. 2 foul participation, both programs participate. BC at 26%, NC State at 21%. Height advantage, about a half-inch height advantage on average per player from Boston College. Both go to the bench for roughly 30% of their total minutes. Both rely on that 3-ball for 30%. Boston College relying on free throws for 18% of their total points. However, they're a dumpster fire from the charity stripe. Kevin Keats, quality coach. Jim Christian, quality coach. However, coaching advantage, NC State. Talent advantage, NC State. Home court advantage, none today. As far as this game goes, I know there's a lot of people on Boston College. I think this game is closer than a lot of people think as far as where the score will be. As far as the money aspect on this, taking a look at where the average money is going, it's all on NC State, yet they're keeping that line at 4.5. The books know this one's going to be a fairly close game. I think this game is decided by 5 or possibly 6 points. As far as this game goes, I do lean towards the Wolfpack, laying the 4.5. But I think it's going to be so close, there was no value in me betting it. I think that they win by 5 or 6 points. That's not worth me putting money on if I think the line is off by 0.5 point. But I do lean towards the Wolfpack laying the 4.5. Tom, yes, we broke down that game. And we were all over the dog. So, we've broken down Iowa, Minnesota, Indiana, Michigan, Villanova, Temple, Memphis, Connecticut, NC State, Boston College. Let's bounce around. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the evening game, the late night game, the late night Chaser special, Utah and Oregon. And let's see what we come up with that one. Let's break down this game. Already 5 breakdowns in. We're going to try and do a couple more for you guys. We've already been live for 2.5 hours. We've been live on YouTube for 2.5 hours, but we're going to keep going. If you guys are new to our YouTube channel, take 1 second out of your day. 1 second out of your day, hit that subscribe button right down below. Be the best thing that you do all day long, besides bet our big Sunday guaranteed play, premium plays, or my personal plays. Hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified each and every single time we drop content. You will be notified. And when you're done with that, do us a huge favor. Give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work. That we do to bring you guys the free content 7 days a week, the live shows. So do us a huge favor in that one. Give us a big thumbs up. We've had over, I think the max was like 139 or 134, something like that. Only half of that in thumbs up, so do us a big favor. If you appreciate all the hard work, help get our video trending on YouTube. Spread the word by hitting that thumbs up button. And we will keep the good times rolling. All right, next breakdown's coming up. Titus says, Kyle gives so much content, it's a shame. Thank you for the hard work. I appreciate that, Titus, I do. Thomas says, Kyle, you're a good dude, Kyle. All the leans, free plays, great job. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fast Freddy says, thumbs up and a premium bounce back day. You know how we do it, Fast Freddy. You know how we do it. Out of the last 9 days, we've only had 2 losing premium play days. Out of the last 37, we've had 7 losing premium play days. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, out of the last 38 days of betting, we've only had 8 days losing on premium plays. So the next game day breakdown coming up, Utah, Oregon, bottom of the board as far as game schedule goes. Game 857, 858. The Ducks opening up as a 12.5 point favorite on their home court. hovering around 12.5. However, the DraftKings book on the East just bumped it down a half a point to 12 with some money coming in on Utah. Total on this game opened up at 137. It's down to 136.5 at 5 dimes. The Westgate, 136 at the D Casino and Caesars here in Vegas. Let's take a look at the road team, guys. The Utes from Utah. They're from Salt Lake City. Taking a look at them, first of all, they're 5-7 in Pac-12 conference play, 14-10 on the year. They are coming off a loss on Thursday to Oregon State. They lost 70-51. Lost by 19 on the road. Before that, they had 2 big wins. Beating Cal at home is not a big win. Beating Stanford is a good win in the Pac-12. Beating them in overtime by 8 was a quality win for the Utes. Before that, they had 2 straight ass beatings. Well, 1 ass beating and 1 butt kicking by USC and UCLA. They have a good little trend rolling. Win 2, lose 2, win 2. Oh, they just lost 1 against Oregon State. Taking a look at Utah on the road. There's not much to look at, as they have not won a road game yet this year. Yes, I said that correctly. The Utah Utes have not won a road game this entire year. They've got 2 neutral site wins. They beat Weber State 60-49, and they beat Kentucky on a neutral site game 69-66. As well as Ohio, make that 3 neutral site games, beating them by 14 back in November. Oregon State, they lost by 19. Lost to 16 by UCLA at Pauley Pavilion. Lost by 4 to the Trojans. Lost by 19 to Arizona State. Lost by 16 to Arizona. Lost by 39 to the Buffaloes of Colorado. Home court advantage, they've got an excellent one. The Huntsman Center holds 15,000 fans when they play at home. 4.2 score makes it the 8th toughest place to play. A lot to do with the altitude there. However, they're not there today. They're playing in Eugene. The Ducks, coming off their big win, their big bounce-back win. Not only a bounce-back because they lost 2 straight, but they lost to Colorado earlier in the year by 9 on the road. It was actually their first loss in conference play, their 3rd loss of the season. I mean, the Ducks are 19-6. They're 8-4 in conference play. They just bounced back with a huge win over Colorado at home, beating them 68-60. Super low-scoring first half. They put up some points in the second half, and they pulled away at the end, covered the spread. Before that, they had losses to Oregon State losing by 10 and Stanford losing by 10. Before that, they had 4 straight Pac-12 conference wins against Cal, UCLA, USC. I know it hurts. Double overtime victory over my Trojans, and then an overtime victory over the Washington Huskies. Taking a look at both programs side by side. Oregon has a top 10 offense in all of Division I. They've also got a quality defense that's ranked 70th in our system based on adjusted efficiencies. Utah hitting 51% from the field, 32.8% from out deep, 52% of all the 2-point plays, 73% shooting from the charity stripe. It's one thing Utah does right is their free throw shooting. Conference play, 3-ball shooting is down to 30%. All those jump shots, layups, and dunks is down from 52 to 46%. Free throw shooting dropped just a point as well. Turnovers, a high 19.5% all year long and in conference play. Oregon turnovers, 17.7. Utah's offensive rebounding, 29% to Oregon's 32.5%. Oregon's also hitting 53.4% from the field. The 31st best shooting team in all of Division I, converting 38.1% of all their 3-point plays. They are the 16th best 3-ball shooting team in all of Division I. Luckily for them today, Utah is one of the worst at defending the 3. They convert 51.2% of all their 2-point plays. That's down 3% in conference play. They're a 69% all year long free throw shooting team. However, in conference play, those numbers are up to 71.6%. As I said earlier, a very low turnover percentage. 2 foul participation, both participate. Slight edge to Oregon, who's only in it 14% of the time, compared to the 25% of Utah. Height advantage, about a half-inch height advantage on average per player for Utah, believe it or not. Both go to the bench for almost 30% of their total minutes. Utah relying on the free throw for 21% of their total points, rightfully so, as they can knock them down. They also rely on 30% of their total points to be from out deep. The Ducks, a fairly decent team at defending the three, except in conference play, their numbers got pretty bad at 34.4%. As far as this one goes, there's a definite coaching advantage for the Ducks. I think there's a definite talent advantage for the Ducks. Taking a look at the Ducks and their home court advantage score of 3.8 makes it the 48th toughest place to play with those Leafs on the court. The Knight Arena is a tough place to play. This one, folks, as far as the line on this one, I think 12 points is a lot. I think 12 points is a lot, but the fact that Utah absolutely sucks on the road, they haven't won a game on the road, and they just lost by 19 to Oregon State. I know Oregon just lost to Oregon State by 10. And they're going to get a revenge game on the 27th of this month. But as far as this late night game goes, one thing that I do lean towards, I lean towards Oregon. I think Oregon can score at will today, especially from out deep. The fact that Utah can't defend a three, both teams participate in the 2 foul participation. Not much for Oregon, more so for Utah. Should put up some extra buckets as well in the first half. The total on this one is down to 136. I like the over. I lean towards the over 136. And Oregon laying 12.5. They just somehow always seem to cover the spread for us when it matters the most. Now, I don't have any money on this game. Who knows? Maybe at the end of the night I might have a bet on it. I still think 12.5 is a lot. But I think they can definitely get the job done. I think they can definitely get the job done. We've been just rolling through the leans today. Henry says rolling with Kyle all day long. Or says rolling with Kyle all day, every day. Always appreciate it. Remember, if you want our big Sunday guaranteed play absolutely free, all you have to do is make a purchase of $99 or more premium plays or personal plays, and we'll give it to you free. Cincinnati out to the early lead, up by 7, 15 to 8, 11:40 to go in the first half. But remember, as we said yesterday, in all of basketball, doesn't matter which one it is, no need to check the score unless it's like the last 3 minutes of the game, because that's when it really matters. Team can be up by 20, laying 11, and somehow win by 9 in the final 3 minutes. We've seen it too many times. Ryan says, I love the Ducks and the under. Utah sucks and will not keep up. I think they keep up enough to keep it to go over, but I don't think they keep up enough to keep it within the number. But the 12.5 scares me, though. When Oregon's like a 4 to 6 point favorite, they're usually money in the bank. The 12.5 definitely has me looking out. All right, so we got a frozen screen, so let me fix that. We can definitely... KDO says, I ain't ducking. Let's go Ducks. Easy cover. Greg says, they always make a run. Yep. Ruben says, if possible, can you break down the Colgate-Loyola Maryland game, please? Extra game. Absolutely, because we have a free play on that game. Who Dat Bob says, Ducks are past Rio C in the house. Yo, yo, what's going on, buddy? Again, if you're new to this YouTube channel, first of all, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button, and then hit that subscribe button. Tap that little bell right next to it. Hit that subscribe button right down below. That way you get notified every single time we drop content. KDO says, I bet the Ducks will be up by 9 before the half. That definitely is always a possibility. But remember, Oregon is a 3-ball shooting team. I like that bet. I do like that first half bet. They're actually laying 7 first half line. 7 is the first half number. Heck, they're laying 3.5 in the first 10 minutes. However, I emphasize caution because Oregon has came out slow so many times. They are a 3-point shooting team. And if they're cold like they have been, they'll be down playing catch up and we'll be looking for a couple big runs out of them. So while I do like Oregon laying 7 first half, I emphasize extreme caution when it comes to that for the sole fact that they're a 3-point shooting team and they have been cold to start games. Cold a lot to start games. But I do like it. All right. So, the next one that we will do is an added game, one of 2 added extra games. Game 307-837, 307-838. We do have a daily free play out on this one. The line has already moved 1.5 points. It's the reason why we put out that video yesterday at 3 p.m. our time. Excuse me, 3 p.m. our time. 6 on the East Coast, because we wanted to beat the closing line. First of all, if you're not sure what that game is, it's Colgate versus Loyola, Maryland. Line opened up, Colgate laying 5. That number's all over the board. The D Casino's at 4.5, DraftKings at 5, 5 Dimes and the Westgate at 5.5, Bovada at 6. The total opened up at 149. When we put out that free play, the total was at 149 and Colgate was laying 5. The total is now 150.5, up a full 1.5 points. Let me pop up this matchup. That way we can break it down. I mean, you've got the Colgate Raiders 20-6. Matt Langle and his program, guys, they're out of the Patriot League. They have been balling out. They lost their first three out of 4 games, but man, they were against tough competition. I mean, for a Patriot League team, they were the gimme games for Clemson, Syracuse, and Auburn to start the year. Once they started getting into their own level of competition, they started getting things rolling. All right, they won 5 games straight. Then they won 7. Then they won 3. Now they're riding a 4-game win streak over Holy Cross, Lehigh, Navy, and Boston U. They beat our beloved, that team that we love to bet on, Boston University. Just beat them by 16 on Monday. Okay, home and away. This team can win on the road, let me tell you. Now, they've got road wins over Boston U, Lehigh, Holy Cross, American University, Navy, Army, Cincinnati. Yes, they beat Cincinnati by 1 at home in a big upset. Also, Binghamton, a road win, and Green Bay, a road win as well. They've won 4 straight road games. They've won 7 out of their last 8 road games as well. Taking a look at Loyola, Maryland. The Greyhounds, 12-14 on the year, 4-9 in conference play. When they started out conference play, they went 1-0. And then they went 0-8. They lost 8 straight conference play games. They've already lost to Colgate. They lost by 22. Since losing their 8 straight in conference play, they've rattled off 3 straight wins. Against Navy, Holy Cross, and Bucknell, and they just lost to American by 5. Here they are at home at the Ritz Arena. Holds a whopping 2,100 fans with a home court score of 2.9, none, zip, and zilch at the Ritz Arena. Going up against a Colgate team that has been smashing people on the road. Taking a look at both programs side by side. Colgate, 52.8% shooting from the field. The 54th best three-point shooting team at 36%. 51.7% conversion of all their two-point plays. They convert 76.7% from the free throw line. In the Patriot League, they're the number 1 shooting team from out deep, converting 38%. They're the number 1 free throw shooting team at 75% in conference play. They're also the number 1 team in the Patriot League at limiting turnovers to 15%. Loyola of Maryland turns the ball over 19.7% of the time in conference play, shooting 53% from the field, 32.7% from out deep. They're converting a high 56% of all their two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, and 68% free throw shooting in conference play. 2 foul participation, both participate. Loyola of Maryland, 22.2%, 26.1% for Colgate. So 2 foul participation isn't in effect. It should be a factor in this game as far as some extra buckets up on the board. Height advantage, almost a full inch for Colgate on average per player. Bench minutes, Colgate goes to the bench for 20% compared to the 30 of Loyola, Maryland. Loyola of Maryland relies on the free throws for 21% of their total points. And they're not a very good free throw shooting team. They get to the line. Whereas Colgate averages over 40% of their total points are from out deep. This is a team, if they're cold, they're not going to put up numbers. However, if they're dropping the 3 balls, which they've been doing for most of the entire year so far, watch out, Colgate will put up some points fast and quick. They're at the Division I average on pace per possession, 17.4 seconds. Loyola of Maryland, also a fast-paced team, 16.8. Fairly fast, not super fast. Both of these teams are capable to put up some points. Colgate has already smashed them once this year. I do lean towards Colgate laying the 5.5. However, if you want a free play on the total on this game, I'm not going to tell you what it is here. If you know what it is, please don't post it in the comment section. That's why we have videos. But if you want an official free play on this one, it's on the total. Go watch the daily free play video when you're done here. But I will tell you, when we put out that video, the total was 149. All right, so going to get you guys on another game day breakdown. We're going to break down the San Diego State and Boise State game next. Dustin Hargis, would you still play it? Remember, our small consensus plays I still play, but I play much smaller than premium plays in my personal plays. Would I still play it? It's on the close side. Yeah, but small. The reason why we put it out so early was to beat that line movement. Don't go anywhere, folks. Have another official free play coming for you guys, either a premium or personal play coming up. But if you haven't already done so, if you are new to this YouTube channel, take 1 second out of your day, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button right now, right down below, then tap that little bell right next to it. That way you get notified each and every single time we drop free plays. You will be notified. And when you're done with that, do us a huge favor. X out of that live chat. Give us a big thumbs up in the video. Let us know you appreciate all the hard work that we do to bring you guys the free content, quality content. Hold on 1 second, folks. Titus says, that's why I'm here, still here until I don't see Kyle live anymore. Tom says, subscribe if you are a smart, good-looking listener. Ruben says, thanks, Kyle, for the breakdown. Missed the early bus, but running to catch the late bus. I think you'll be good on the late bus. I really do. I still think you'll be good on the late bus. It's just not as big of a play. Not as big as, you know, the one I'm about to give you, or the free play I already gave out earlier. For the early action, folks, Cincinnati up 21-6, 6 minutes to go. As we said, those numbers should change rapidly throughout this game. Now, if you haven't already done so, and you're not on board, and you want to get on board our big Sunday guaranteed play, we have a Sunday guaranteed college basketball game that we put our big personal guarantee on, guarantee to win. If for some reason we do not win, we'll give you the next one that we have absolutely free. They're $50. You get instant access to it. As soon as you sign up, you get access to the play. No upsells, no games, no gimmicks, no bullshit. As soon as you're signed up, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, Amex, JCB for our international, the play is in your account. It's locked, it's loaded, it's ready to go, and it's ready for you to murder. Okay? It's ready for you to murder. You want a big win? There you go. And best of all, if you want that big play, now you have to sign up by 3 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? So you have time. That game starts after 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's between 3 and 6 Eastern time. Okay? We may have already broken down this game, or we may not have. But if you want that game for free, there's a way to get it for free. Purchase any premium play, NHL, or personal play package. So buy any of our packages. Buy any package over $99. Hell, even buy a UFC package over $99 today, and you'll get that one free. Aaron says, Ryan, San Diego, you can get it at a better value than the money line. If you're not comfortable with 5.5, just buy it down a couple of points. Can still do better than 220. We're going to break down this game. This is going to be the next game. I know a lot of people were confused on this game. I actually had a lot of requests for this game as well. So we're going to break down this one next. and help you guys out on this game, because I think we've got an advantage with this one. So, let me open up this next one, but first, let's refresh the odds on this. That way we get everything updated and fresh. This game taking place at the Taco Bell Arena in Boise, Idaho, guys. San Diego State, undefeated, 25-0. The Aztecs, 14-0 in conference play. If you're not aware, they just wrapped up and locked up the Mountain West Conference title. Now they still have 4 games left. Boise State, UNLV, Colorado State, and Nevada. However, they will be the number 1 seed in their tournament, for their conference play tournament, come the beginning of March. How have they played on the road? 100%. Haven't lost a game, home or away. Boise State, 17-9. Leon Rice's program. Quality program. Quality program. 9-5 in conference play. They just lost by 18 to San Diego State back on January 11th. They traveled on the road. They went down to San Diego State. And they got their rear-handed to them at the Viejas Arena. Little revenge game coming up. Boise State trying to extract some revenge. The line on this game, folks, opened up San Diego State laying 5. It's up to 5.5 now. If you bet San Diego State earlier or yesterday, you got a nice line at -5. Now it's 5.5 and only moving. Boise State total opened up at 139. It's down to 137 at DraftKings, 137.5. Most everywhere else. Danny D-Rock, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at the money aspect on this one and see where the money's coming in as well. Okay? An update of the money aspect and where the public, and remember, I don't base what I'm going to bet on where the money's coming. I base when I'm going to bet on when the money's coming. 82% of the money, public and sharps, is on San Diego State. 18% on Boise State. Very heavy. 99% of the money line bets on San Diego State as well. Taking a look at Boise State, playing at the Taco Bell Arena, 3.9 home court advantage, 32nd toughest place to play. You're going to give them a 2.5 point advantage for playing at home. Okay, if this was a neutral site game, it would probably be San Diego State laying 8 or 9. If San Diego State was playing another home game after beating them by 18, it would probably be even higher. Closer to 11, maybe 11.5. The Taco Bell Arena, 3.9 home court advantage, makes it the 32nd toughest place to play. How does Boise State defend their home court? Well, first of all, they have lost at home. However, it's been a long time. It's been since UC Irvine beat them on November 15th when they lost 69-60. Since then, they beat BYU in OT. They beat UNC Wilmington. They beat Colorado State by 11. They beat Alabama State by a lot, 43 to be exact. They beat Cal State Northridge by 31, and they beat Wyoming by 11 at home. They beat UNLV, which is not much of a tall task, by 7. It took overtime to get rid of Utah State. They beat San Jose State, which doesn't take much. And they beat Nevada by 9 at home, and then just beat Air Force by 17. San Diego State is going to have a tough test today. Okay? Boise State plays exceptionally well at home. Home court advantage is real. Coaching advantage, Brian Dutcher, Leon Rice. Coaching advantage, San Diego State. Matchup advantage, San Diego State. San Diego State on the road. They beat Air Force, New Mexico, UNLV, Fresno State, Wyoming. They beat the tough Utah State on the road as well. Neutral site win over Utah. They also have a road win against Colorado State, who always plays them tough, and they beat them by 22. Neutral site wins over Iowa and Creighton. A road win over in-state San Diego, as well as a road win against BYU. This is a very capable San Diego State team who's been beating up teams all year long. Taking a look at both programs side by side, huge offensive advantage. San Diego State coming in with the 7th best offense based on adjusted efficiencies. Boise State coming in with the 87th. Defense. San Diego State coming in with the 6th best defense based on adjusted efficiencies. Boise State coming in 84th. Offense and defensive advantage, San Diego State. It's the reason why they already locked up the Mountain West, and they're 25-0 on the year. They're hitting 54.8% from the field, 11th best in Division I in this category. Number 1 in the Mountain West. They're converting 29.3% offensive rebounds, which is above Division I average of 28% and respectable. Boise State, 23.4% offensive rebounds. Conference play, it's down to 22.7%. Not going to cut it. San Diego State hitting 38.5% of all their three balls. They are the 11th best three-point shooting team in all of Division I. Conference play, the numbers stay the same, roughly. It's down 0.2% at 38.3. Now, the one thing that Boise State does good on defense, and this is the only thing Boise State does good on defense, is they defend the three ball exceptionally well. Hands in the face, hands in the air. They defend the three ball. They're not going to give the crazy open looks that some teams will. Boise State's holding opposing teams to 29%. Nope, sorry, I'm not. But if you are, I don't hold that against you. If you swing that way, I definitely don't hold that against you. To each his own, but no, I'm happily married to a woman. Anyways, San Diego State converting 52.9% of all their two-point plays. Every jump shot, layup, and dunk, 48th in the nation. Number 2 in the Mountain West. Boise State, very, very lackluster when it comes to defending the two ball, allowing teams to put up 56%. San Diego State all year long hit 75.8% from the free throw. 80.6% in conference play. The number 1 free throw shooting team in the Mountain West. I get it, guys. I'm good looking. Have money. Multiple houses. I get it. I'm a world traveler. You know, I get it. But it's okay. It's okay if he swings that way. We won't discriminate. We'll never discriminate against somebody. But anyways, enough on that subject. San Diego State turnovers. A very low 16.3%. Well, KDO, you know, it is the barbershop talk. Huda Bob, in the words of Seinfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Exactly. San Diego State, the 29th best team at limiting turnovers when they have the ball in their possession. It's just, I'm sure, a troll. I'm sure it's just a troll. But anyways, it's nobody. Now, Katie, I'm happily married. Happily married to a woman. But again, if that's your way, no problem. No disrespect to anybody. All right, so back to San Diego State. Celis, I agree with you. FOH. Hey, you don't know until you ask, right? You don't know until you ask. So, San Diego State, guys, quality program, above quality program. Boise State, they're hitting 51.8% from the field, turning the ball over 17% of the time. So they're, again, quality program at not turning the ball over. They hit 33.7% from out deep. That number's up to 35.4% in conference play. Boise State can shoot the ball on offense. They shoot the ball exceptionally well. Where they lack is offensive rebounds. They're actually a faster-paced team than San Diego State at 16.8 seconds per possession compared to the 17.5 of San Diego State. Definitely, Ryan, we should definitely ignore. But again, no hate. No hate if that's, if somebody is that way or he's that way, probably. No hate. Offensive rebounds for Boise State, very lackluster. 23.4% of all the rebounds are offensive rebounds. Even worse in the Mountain West Conference play at 22.7%. They convert 52.7% of all their two balls, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. However, San Diego State is holding teams to 44.5% shooting. They're also holding teams to 28.4% shooting from out deep. Free throw shooting, 75%, exceptional for Boise State. 2 foul participation, advantage San Diego State. San Diego State will participate, but a low 12%. Boise State, 28%. Height advantage, there is a height advantage. Over an inch height advantage on average for Boise State. Those kids are bigger. But is bigger always better? Well, depends who you're asking, I guess. Let's ask that fella. Both go to the bench for over 25% of the total minutes. Both rely on the three ball for quite a few amount of their points. 32.5% for Boise State, 35% for San Diego State. Boise State relies on that free throw for 21% of their total points compared to just under 17% for San Diego State. Oh, Jesus, here's Mike K. You're killing me, Mike. Just because you've won a year a month of premium plays or a year, whatever the heck you won, doesn't mean that I like you. Just teasing you. I like everybody. All right, so on this game, guys, huge advantages, San Diego State. Obviously, it's always hard to win that second game, especially on the road. Thank you, Anthony, for that update. First half score, Cincinnati 30, East Carolina 27. ECU with the big comeback in the first half there. And remember, if you guys are not on board our big guaranteed Sunday play, you better get on board it. As far as this game goes, the line being at 5.5, and it's moving, folks. The line on this one's moving. So if you don't bet now, you're probably going to miss an advantage. Okay? But I do have an official free play on this game for you guys. And I really do think it's a winner. Now, I know our premium plays have had a bad couple days. That happens. However, out of the last 9 days, premium plays have had 7 winning days and only 2 losing days. So do the math. Premium plays are bound for a monster day. Out of the last 30 days of betting, premium plays have had 7 losing days, 23 winning days. Out of the last 38 days of betting, premium plays have had 8 losing days. Okay? So I'm going to open up 5 dimes. We're going to take a look at this one. We're going to take a look at this one for you guys because there are options. The line on this one is definitely moving. San Diego State's 5.5 minus $1.10. Free official play, which is what we gave out earlier in the day to all of our premium play clients. Because here's the thing. You want to know when somebody they beat the closing line. Free play, premium play, San Diego State. Okay, San Diego State laying 5 was the premium play. Now, there has been line movement. It's moved to half a point. I think at 5.5 versus 5, I still think you're fine. Because I bet it at 5. That means I need it to win by 6 to get a victory anyways. If they win by 5, I get my money back in a push. Now, for you guys that are getting this play late, you have a couple options. Now, you can take it at 5.5, and I think you're okay at 5.5, minus $1.10. Or, you can always buy it down. If you're on 5 dimes, I'll show you what it looks like. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And I'm going to show you what the options to bet on at 5 dimes look like. Because it's actually good for you guys to be able to see this. So here it is coming on your screen. You guys can see the options. If you click on the click down, the check down, you can see 5.5 San Diego State laying 5.5 minus $1.10. Minus 5 is $1.20. Minus 4.5 minus $1.30. Minus 4 minus 140. Minus 3.5 155. Minus 3 is when it starts getting expensive. Minus 275, etc., etc., etc. Now, if you're just taking them on the money line, because I know a lot of people were, San Diego State on the money line is minus 250 right now. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay. Oliver says he'd rather buy the hook. Well, the Red Wings were winning. Now they let Pitt tie it up. So, but as far as this one goes, you have a couple choices. You can either buy the hook down to 120 and get the value and get it back to where we got it at, or you could take it at 5.5, and I think you still get a victory at 5.5. I still think you get a victory at 5.5. Okay, that is a free premium play. Gave out some quality leans, gave out 2 free official plays, showed you guys an open parlay, moneyline parlay on the Red Wings. Hopefully they get that job done. That would be pretty damn cool. That would be fun, especially with them scoring first. They just let Laverty tie it up, though. Probably get their ass kicked. Christopher Bear's short-lived. Ruben says, just bought the hook. Oliver says, I'll take it at 5.5. You know, at 5.5, I think you're fine. I don't think I'm going to push at 5. I think I'm going to win. I think we're going to win. I mean, if it lands at 5, I'll feel bad for everybody that got it at 5.5 and got it late. But it pays to be on and beat the opening number consistently. For everybody that's new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you get notified every single time we drop content. We put out daily free plays 7 days a week. We go live 7 days a week. We go live Monday through Friday. So tomorrow we'll be live noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. We'll be live again, breaking down all of Monday's action. And let me tell you, there's some good action. Not a lot of games on the board tomorrow, but we've got some good action. Xavier, St. John's, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Bucknell and Holy Cross, Iowa State, Kansas playing, Idaho, Portland State. There's some definitely low-hanging fruit tomorrow. NBA will be back on Thursday, the 20th, where we'll get 6 games on the board to start. Aaron, from which side? From San Diego State, there's nothing. Nothing to worry about. Number 4 team in the country. Their last win 4 days ago over New Mexico when they beat them by 23. They clinched the Mountain West. I mean, obviously, you know, Boise State coming off their big win over Air Force. Devon Air, Diatribe is out, not for injury though. Marcus Shaver is out, but he wasn't going to play anyways. Other than that, no. Ruben, I feel you, man. That one sucked. I feel you, buddy. Trust me. I lost big on that one, and I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling it. So enjoy that free play, guys and gals. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. Thanks for everybody that jumped on board my personal plays, premium plays. And again, remember, we still have more premium plays. The next one doesn't start for 1 hour. The next premium play starts in an hour. Besides the San Diego State game, there's still another one. My personal plays have not started yet. The first one starts, actually the first 2 start in an hour. Oh no, first 2 start in an hour. NHL package doesn't start for 2.5 hours, so really late games for us today. And remember, you want on board that guaranteed Sunday play, you have to sign up by 3 p.m. It's one of those games between 3 and 6 p.m. Is the time frame from that game. However, we're taking the payment link off on at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Kathy says, make Gary proud. We're going to. We're going to. Ruben, it happens, but the DQ stuff shouldn't have happened. We got beat by a fighter that chickened out. That's what sucks. Thank you, Who Dat Bob, for getting back on board, as well as everybody. Good luck to everybody today, guys. Let's make a killing today. Let's make an absolute killing. Enjoy your day, guys. And let's keep it real and let's have some fun. All right, guys, take it easy, and we'll see everybody live tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Ready for another monster day tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Have a great day. Have a great day, everybody.